You guys remember I was telling you about the youngins that rescued me from the man who was trying to assault me in the McDonald's, and how if it hadn't been for them, he would have assaulted me. These are the same folks that were cleaning up there, and there's a few other encounters that they've had with that man since that I think are important, and they felt were important enough to tell me. So if they want their faces on camera, they can point the camera, at themselves. If not, they can point it up at the sky. But I'm going to give the young lady the camera first because I feel that, well, you're more likely to listen to her. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to.
I'm not going. I don't want to.
Now, if it says rotate like it does right now,
Yeah.
then it means that it's, there you go.
Okay.
You point it up the street or down the street.
Hello. So, oops. Okay. So, one time I was hanging out with the old guy and we were talking about, well, I was trying to maybe set him up with like this girl I knew, like jokingly, and she was like 26, 27, and we started talking about my cat, and then he asked me how old she was, so I thought he was talking about my cat, and I said that she was like 15, 16, and he's like, oh, that's perfect, and I was like, what do you mean, because I thought we were talking about my cat, and then I realized he was talking about the girl, and I said, no, she's 26, and then he's like, oh, that's perfect anyways, but that was really messed up. And then he got banned from this pool here because he was perving on little kids. So he's not allowed at the pool anymore. And he's just really messed up.
Ma'am? Alright, so that's just one of the situations with him. And of course, the young man who's with me, he's also, well, like I said, not all of my heroes are a bunch of rich people. And the things that both of these youngins have done, not only to help to clean up the community, but also to look out for one another, and also to look out for a complete and total stranger with a beard, that being me. If they hadn't stepped forward when they did in McDonald's, there would have been a physical altercation, and they rescued me from that. Just like the people that worked down at the Astro. You guys got to hear on multiple occasions when I was getting messed with, people there spoke up. And it's important to do that. It's important to work together, and it's important to make people aware. Now, I was going to let the young man here do the same thing. If you turn it to the side like this, it'll say rotate device. So when it does the rotate device thing, it's not recording, it's just being a pain.
Okay.
So usually what I'll do is I'll point it up at an angle like this, or I'll point it, up the street or some other direction. That way this part's facing up.
Okay.
Here you go.
Hi, my name is Logan Bishop, and I can confirm that Shayna's story is true. And these claims are not to be taken lightly. He is definitely a very creepy man.
Also, one time he bought some marijuana, and he wasn't letting Logan or I touch it, and then all of a sudden he's like, can you like fill this cone for me? And I was like, okay, and I did it, and then I gave it to him. He's like, no, I don't want it, I want you to smoke it. And I was like, why? Oh no, it stopped recording. Wait. Anyways, so he wanted me to fill the cone, and I filled up the cone for him, and I gave it to him, and he said, no, I want you to smoke it. And I was like, why? And he said, to get me in the mood. And I was like, what? For what? And then he like winked and like got all weird, and so I just took it and smoked it with my boyfriend. It was really messed up. All right, here you go.
Absolutely. I wasn't trying to cut you off either.
Yeah.
Like both of you guys have done great things. And that's one of the things that I want to impress upon you out here is that the people who have looked out for me, these are not rich people. These are poor people, and they're looking out for each other. And without each other, it becomes a very unsafe situation. Not just for him, but also for her. Now, I want to say what it is that I always say at the end of these things. It's good to be ready.
Spot right here where they're just
Oh my God, right? They're killing me. I got one bit me on my thumb on video earlier. Like, I squished it and showed the blood smear and everything. It was gross. Anyway, what I was going to say is, what do we end these videos with? It's good to be radio. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. And remember, you are your brother's keeper. No victim left behind.